Mom, I have this huge science test. I have no idea what's going on. Please help me.
Of course, sweetie. What's the topic?
Like the sun, photosynthesis, breathing, something with ecosystems?
You mean energy flow and ecosystems?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, here, come, sit down. I'll help you study. For starters, all organisms need energy to survive.
Alright, but where does this energy come from?
The source of almost all this energy is radiant energy.
Sorry to interrupt, but what exactly is radiant energy?
Radiant energy means it is from the sun. 90% of this radiant energy is absorbed by the atmosphere and clouds. 51% is absorbed by land and ocean. 30% is reflected directly back into space. And a little percentage, about 0.023%, is absorbed by plants in photosynthesis.
Oh, that's cool. What is photosynthesis, though? I know it has something to do with plants, but I'm not quite sure how it works.
Well, like this plant, it goes through the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process of the conversion of light energy into chemical energy. Without photosynthesis, most life on Earth would not exist.
So you're saying that without this scientific procedure, we wouldn't be here today?
Yes, precisely. During photosynthesis, organisms make their own energy-rich food compounds using light energy. These organisms are called producers.
Really? I didn't know I could make my own food from light energy.
That's because you can't. The major producers are green plants. Therefore, humans are not able to do so.
So you're saying that we depend on the producers for food?
Yes, pretty much. Also, something I forgot to mention is that the green color of the leaves come from a chemical called chlorophyll, which captures the light energy. Even in aquatic systems, algae and cyanobacteria also contain chlorophyll.
Wait, I'm confused. Is the sun the only component needed to produce the sugar? And what about oxygen? I thought plants produced that as well.
Yes, most producers use this light energy to convert the carbon dioxide and water into sugar. And during this process, plants release the oxygen gas into the air we breathe.
So all the sugar goes towards storing energy?
Not all. Some sugars are used as building materials. After the sugar is produced, some components are rearranged to form different combinations, such as carbohydrates, such as the cellulose used in cell walls.
I still don't understand how we get oxygen from the plants.
So you get it through the process called cellular respiration, which is when energy is released from food. During this process, the sugar and oxygen contained in the plant are rearranged to form carbon dioxide and water. While this process is taking place, energy is released.
Is the sun involved in this too?
No, cellular respiration occurs continuously. No light energy is needed.
Oh, I understand. The plant gives us oxygen while in return we give them carbon dioxide.
Yes, exactly.
So it's like a cycle and it goes on and over and over again.
Yes, basically, we as humans, we rely on plants to survive. Do you understand everything?
Yeah, I do. We need plants for not only oxygen, but we also rely on plants to give us energy. We are not capable of creating our own food through photosynthesis. Therefore, we need to receive energy by eating these plants or products that were created from these plants.
Yes, but before you go on, I just wanted to inform you that just like producers, such as plants, are the organisms that can produce their own food, we as humans are called consumers because we receive our energy and building materials by eating other organisms.
Alright, and adding on to what I said before, basically, producers are the only reason we can survive in life. They give us oxygen to breathe and food to eat.
See, baby girl, I think you're starting to understand everything now.
Yeah, but I have one last question. Are all organisms either producers or consumers?
Well, many soils microorganisms use other chemical pathways to release chemical energy from sugar. This process happens without oxygen. You understand?
Yes. Now here's a short informational clip.
I hope you enjoy.
Here.
All living things need nourishment to grow, but plant food is different from people food. Plants make their own food in a process called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis couldn't happen without the sun. Plants collect energy from sunlight and use this energy to make a sugar called glucose. Glucose is the main source of nutrition for plants, fueling their cells for function and growth. I'll show you. It's no secret that plants use their roots to drink up water from the soil. Water travels from the roots to the plant's leaves through a transport tissue called xylem, that's wood in trees. Meanwhile, leaves absorb carbon dioxide from the air through openings called stomata. The water and carbon spread through the leaves into cells called the palisade and spongy cells. These cells contain structures called chloroplasts, which are filled with a green pigment called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is what makes green plants green. In photosynthesis, chlorophyll traps energy from sunlight, storing it as chemical energy. This process splits water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen atoms. The chemical energy is used to create glucose from the hydrogen and carbon dioxide. The glucose dissolves into extra water molecules and gives the plant plenty of food for growth. The leaves release oxygen as a waste product. That's one reason that plants are so important to us. They absorb our carbon dioxide and leave us with oxygen. We inhale the oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide back into the air. Yeah, I guess you could call it a partnership, except we eat them. Moby, drinking sugar is not going to make you grow. It's just going to make you hyper. Oh boy.
Thanks so much, Mom. I couldn't have done it without you. I hope I ace this test.
I think you will.
Mom, I think this is the part where we break into song. SUN produces energy. Did you know that? Some of this energy is fully absorbed. Some of this energy gets reflected back, and the rest of this energy is used to feed our plants. This whole process is called photosynthesis. This process is made up of consumers and producers. We're the consumers while plants are the producers. They use the sun to make the sugar to give us energy that we need to survive. But they suck up our CO2 and they release the OO2 that is highly needed for us to breathe. And they suck up our CO2 and they release the OO2 that is highly needed for us to breathe. Let's rearrange the sugar components and we can make different combinations. This includes cellulose and some proteins. To sum it all up, CO2, H2O, give some light, it equals sugar, and don't forget O2. In conclusion, Lisa and Stephanie make the best projects. We hope you enjoyed our great big show! And they suck up our CO2 and they release the OO2 that is highly needed for us to breathe. And they suck up our CO2 and they release the OO2 that is highly needed for us to breathe.
Well, this plant here, it goes through the process. Well, like this plant here, it goes through photosynthesis. Oh my god. At least I'm actually gonna hurt you. Well, like this plant here, it goes through the process of... Well, like this plant... Sorry, I need that note.
Mother, I have this huge science
Lisa,
test.
call the freaking virgin accent! Rearranged to form different combinations, such as carbohydrate... Okay, you We love science.